everybody, I'm Jason. It's the Freebird Garage, and I am leaving work on this refreshing Friday afternoon. My bike is covered in pollen. Look at that. Holy crap, it's practically going to be green by how much pollen's on there and all over the bike. Adjust the shocks too. Got them all the way still on the hardest settings. I like it, but I want to give it a little bit more comfort on the way home. Actually, I probably should remember how many clicks we want. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get a move on. Woo! Man, those shocks are too good. Man, Michigan's orange cone season is terrible this year. It is literally almost on every part of every highway. Even the back roads are ridiculous. Look at this. All right, so recently up on the Facebooks and Instagrams, there's a motorcycle shop that came and gave the news that they are closing down. And it's pretty sad because the shop is relatively new, 4 years. So in general business talk, that's just a new business. That first 5 years is rough for anyone, but they were based out of Detroit, like not like Metro Detroit or suburb of Detroit, like in the heart of Detroit, which was really cool. And it was a shop that Clutch and Throttle is the name. The other part that he posted about the shop saying why they were closing is what really kind of got my mind thinking about, you know, the industry in general, or maybe we can do more as motorcycle riders to help out some of these shops. Being in Michigan, you know, talking to some of these shop owners, they only obviously have so much time to make money, and then the rest of it is like, it's all hearsay if someone's going to come in during the middle of winter and do a full top end build on their bike. So they have to live off of whatever the summer was. Now that's their choice, obviously, for those that are like, well, you know, you can do whatever, but that's how it's been ran here for, you know, the beginning of time of motorcycles in Michigan and Midwest, or anywhere it snows. And if they're not obviously turning the wrench, you know, they're not making money. Like, it's just the fact of it. They're a service provider. They're not making a service, so they got to close up. Or customers are like, hey, you know, it's riding season right now. I only got 3 months to choose what roads I'm going to go hit and what trips I'm going to go on, so I need my bike, like, now. The shop that I talked to is Plymouth Cycle out of Westland, Michigan. He used to be out of downtown Plymouth, but he had to move for whatever reasons. He needed to do a business move and ended up in Westland. Now, the owner of that shop, his name's Evan. I'll link up his Instagram up here of his shop. Man, the guy is like top notch when it comes to mechanics. Just like a down-to-earth mechanic and owner, like all the way around. Super cool, super friendly to talk to. And talked to him because I needed some tires done one day, and he was the shop that was closest. I've always heard good things, so I was like, hey, can you balance my tires and get it done? Yeah. And then I was asking, kind of picking his mind a little bit, because you don't know which way that's going to go. Whenever you're trying to get some information, obviously as a do-it-yourselfer, you know, that's the last thing they really want to do is help you out, because that's money taken off the other table that you're about to do. But in order for that to happen and kind of bring the guard down, is I started buying stuff off of it. Like, not like t-shirts. Like, I started converting my sales that I would buy, stuff that I would buy from, like, you know, JP Cycles. Instead, I know he can get from the same distributors as they do and just order from him. I'm never in a major rush or anything. And a lot of stuff that I'm looking for, he has in stock, or he can get it next day. So I'm like, you know what? I would rather give you the money than have to just order it online and then go to that way. So I started doing that, and this is like a couple years ago. And when I started doing that, along with doing like my tire balancing out there, started talking to him more and asked a couple questions, asked a couple more, and then he started giving me some answers about stuff. And I think he realized too that, like, I'm not out to like work on 6 different motorcycles in a day asking for advice to help you fix them when I should be sending them to him. So he realized that I love FXRs, and he's kind of like, oh, okay, you actually have a general interest in working on your stuff. So he started helping me out, and it was a huge help. But I realized that, you know, I as a consumer can help out shops like that and keep them, you know, somewhat afloat. And even though it's not a lot, and this is the point that I'm coming back to, for a lot of people need to start teaming up with their local shops and start buying their parts through them. It sounds crazy, but you're like, whoa, I can buy this from, JP Cycles for this amount. He can generally give me the exact same price of the online price that they're selling it for. And he takes the risk to make sure that it's correct, unless if it's something I fully insist on buying, say, no, this is the one I want. He also converses with me to say, hey, okay, you're going to buy this set cam. Do you have this with it? Did you consider this with it? I'm like, oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, I need to do that. So it's him getting the sale on top of other sales that you would have forgot to buy. So now he's getting the full basket of sale, and you're making sure that you got everything for your job. Now, if you've been on the block and you've ordered enough parts, I'm sure you know everything to buy, every single parts shop. But me, man, I always forget something. Whether it be a gasket, some filters, or whatever it is, I just always forget something, or something I should buy brand new that I'm trying to reuse that's on my own deal. That was a huge help. I mean, being able to do that with him, and he's so local that it just was cool also to walk in and grab the parts, talk shop with him, get some ideas, and walk out, rather than just seeing a box arrive at my doorstep and picking it up and going, all right, good to go. You just, you get to be more involved with the community a little bit, in my opinion. And one of those where, they could be having a rough week and not making it till payday, and what you just gave them is cash flow. You gave them money that they can at least hold on to for 30 days, because they're on net with most of their distributors that they have. So at least you gave them, hey, even it's like $100 in parts, you literally just gave them $100 in cash. Yes, they eventually have to pay that, but they might have a job that gets paid that they've been waiting on, that's been finished, and now it's spring, so that person isn't coming in hopefully until it gets warm out, but you just handed a $200, $100 check to them, so now they get to eat on their table, or they gotta be able to get stuff. Now, I'm not saying that they're all broken, they just need money to survive and all that stuff, but it's every little penny, or everything counts. And you get, as a consumer, knowledge back. Not saying that every shop is like this. I'm sure a lot of shops will tell you to go, F off and, go figure it out on your own. But if you find the right shop, in my opinion, go out there and try it. It's something that you can gain out of it, because as Evan and I started building a relationship, of me coming in, buying the parts out of there, I eventually, which I haven't shown on the channel, I'm super, super excited to show, is that he got me a bike. And not like he bought it for me, but he literally found it from a customer. And then now I'm able to go, and which I did, purchase said bike. It's super exciting, because I would have never had that deal. The deal was good. I'm ecstatic. He's happy. I hope he got a cut of it, whatever it was, when I bought it from the guy. Probably did. Hopefully did. But anyways, I would have never have had that type of deal without communicating with this guy. And that's something that I'm looking at shops that do close up, or if you're in a local area where, it's not the, Austin, Texas, or you're not in the hardest parts of the U.S., where there's, in California, there's so many riders out there. You're just in a part where there's only 1 or 2 shops. Get to know them. Go start buying stuff from them. Help them out. You'll get more in return than you think, and you'll help that shop survive. I love shopping local the best I can. I know on my channel I've done fun stuff from Amazon and Harbor Freight. There's stuff that you just physically aren't going to buy from the shops. It is what it is. It's a tool. They're not also looking to sell you tools at that point. They want to sell you the stuff that you can't just normally get from your O'Reilly's or AutoZones, and that's motorcycle parts. And eventually you're gonna also, I've realized that too, and so has he, I'm eventually going to pay something to do some kind of service. I want to do dyno runs. I have an idea that I have coming up that I want to do some dyno runs with, some testing with. And guess what? He's going to make the money off of me doing that. So, and I trust him. I trust him with his knowledge that he's going to obviously teach me on some of the stuff. I trust him on riding my bike, dynoing it, telling me the truth, not just trying to rip me off. So the whole package is working. That's how, Evan has ran his shop in general. And it's not go and call him, for free information. It's not that. You have to earn that. You have to build that up and be able to talk to them. Give them business in order for you to be able to get anything in return. It's not like you're just going in there to take stuff. That just comes along with the ride. And you can save a lot of small shops, motorcycle shops by doing that. And just want to let everyone know that, you know, when you see a shop closing, a lot of people just like, oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's a tough industry. I work on my own bike, so I really don't care. Like, it's also a small business, like someone that's out there hustling just as much as hopefully you're hustling your job and every day. But I'm a part of a small business. You know, I take that very seriously. So I want to make sure that other small businesses do well. There's too many big corporations that always can take such big hits from things, that just helping out and talking to the small guys, and it's worth every penny. And I just hope that you guys do the same. I know it's a bit of a, you know, long drawn out answer, maybe what you're looking for, but I really hope that it helps any of the guys that you're around, or maybe you guys now consider to go talk to your local shop. Go buy a couple things. Start off small. Get a couple spark plugs. Then move into some oil changes, because oil changes are consistent every year, and at least gives you something easy to talk about. They give you the best advice on what stuff you're going to buy, because if you go online, no matter what, you're going to think, buy the best, buy the F-boot, what's the most expensive, buy that. Like, I definitely have gotten away from a lot of that stuff because it's unnecessary, and guess who told me about that? The motorcycle shop, the small guy, that's who. Alright, that's enough flapping my lips for you guys. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my ride home. I got a little bit of some twisties before I get there. So, if you have made our way through, I would greatly appreciate if you could hit the subscribe button, tap that like, press that notification, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And for those who've already subscribed, thank you. And as always, stay free, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!